The big three may have to come up with some ways to get more customers on dealership lots because sales were down again in July and inventories are building up. That's bad news, with the new models only a few months away from rolling off the line.
Dealers across America are drowning in unsold SUVs, with some models sitting for over 400 days on lots. While families think they're making smart choices buying SUVs, these 10 models could turn your dream purchase into a financial nightmare. From luxury brands abandoning entire lineups to electric SUVs nobody wants, here's what dealers are desperately trying to unload before they lose even more money. Jaguar F-Pace. If you're thinking about buying a Jaguar F-Pace, you need to understand what you're really getting into. This luxury SUV is bleeding money faster than any other vehicle on dealer lots right now, with 239 days of market supply and 2,829 units sitting unsold across the country. Only 533 people were willing to buy one in the last 45 days, making it the slowest selling SUV in America. The key issue is that Jaguar has completely stopped producing new vehicles as they prepare for a total brand relaunch in 2026. You're essentially buying from a company that might not exist as we know it next year. Internal dealer reports show service departments are already preparing for major changes, and parts availability is becoming a real concern as the brand transitions away from everything they currently make. What this means for owners is catastrophic depreciation that's already crushing current F-Pace values. While this was once considered an excellent luxury SUV with solid performance and attractive styling, buyers are fleeing the brand as uncertainty grows about Jaguar's future direction. Compared to more stable brands like BMW or Mercedes, the F-Pace is losing value at an alarming rate. One major problem is that dealers are stuck with massive inventory they can't move, forcing them to offer desperate incentives just to clear space on their lots. Unlike similar models from established competitors, the F-Pace comes with serious questions about long-term support and resale value that smart buyers simply won't overlook. Manufacturers are trying to position this transition as exciting innovation, but dealer sources reveal growing concerns about customer confidence and brand loyalty during this uncertain period. The reality is that you're not buying a luxury SUV. You're inheriting someone else's very expensive mistake that could cost you thousands in lost value before you even drive it home. Audi Q4 e-tron. The Audi Q4 e-tron is costing buyers massive amounts of money in depreciation, with some losing $40,000 or more in the first year alone. Most people don't even know Audi makes this smaller electric SUV, and with 271 days of market supply and over 2,500 examples sitting on dealer lots, it's clear buyers simply don't care about this forgotten vehicle. The key issue is that only 533 units sold in the last 45 days, making it one of the slowest moving electric vehicles in America. This compact electric SUV gets completely overshadowed by Audi's larger Q8 e-tron and faces brutal competition from Tesla and other electric vehicles that offer better technology at lower prices. What this means for owners is that electric luxury vehicles are bleeding value at an alarming rate, with depreciation that's been absolutely savage across the entire segment. Compared to more stable gasoline vehicles, electric luxury SUVs like the Q4 e-tron are losing money faster than buyers can make payments, leaving many owners underwater on their loans within months of purchase. One major problem is that charging infrastructure anxiety and rapid technology changes are making buyers hesitant about any electric vehicle, especially from traditional luxury brands that are obviously playing catch-up to companies like Tesla. Unlike established electric vehicle manufacturers, Audi is still learning how to build and support electric cars properly. Manufacturers try to hide the reality that service costs for electric Audis can be shocking when the warranty expires, with specialized technicians and expensive parts that most independent shops can't handle. Internal dealer reports show growing concerns about long-term battery replacement costs and software updates that may not be supported indefinitely. The reality is that you're paying premium prices for an expensive way to beta test technology that will be completely obsolete before your loan is even paid off, leaving you stuck with a rapidly depreciating vehicle nobody wants. Volkswagen ID.4. The Volkswagen ID.4 is now costing early buyers thousands of dollars in lost value after what seemed like a promising start has turned into a complete disaster. This electric SUV crashed from initial success to having 297 days of market inventory with over 6,000 units sitting unsold and fewer than 1,000 selling in the last 45 days. The key issue is that this vehicle initially attracted buyers with competitive pricing and decent range, but quality issues and software glitches quickly soured the ownership experience for people who trusted Volkswagen's electric promises. What this means for owners is that they're stuck with vehicles that have serious reliability problems while watching resale values plummet as newer and better electric vehicles flood the market. One major problem is that Volkswagen's electric ambitions have been completely hampered by production problems and a charging network that simply can't compete with Tesla's supercharger system, leaving owners frustrated with limited charging options during long trips. Compared to more established electric vehicle brands, the ID.4 feels like an unfinished product that was rushed to market before it was ready. Unlike competitors who have reliable service networks, Volkswagen's limited dealer network makes getting your ID.4 serviced a real hassle, with many owners reporting long wait times for parts and technicians who don't understand electric vehicle systems. Internal dealer reports show growing frustration with warranty claims and software updates that often create new problems while trying to fix existing ones. Manufacturers are trying to downplay the reality that production increases without matching demand have created massive oversupply, forcing dealers to offer desperate incentives just to move inventory that nobody wants. The reality is that you're buying yesterday's electric technology at tomorrow's inflated prices while dealing with today's frustrating headaches, leaving you with a vehicle that's bleeding value faster than you can make payments. Land Rover Discovery. The Land Rover Discovery is bleeding money for anyone brave enough to buy one, with repair costs that can easily reach $10,000 or more per year once the warranty expires. This luxury SUV has been sitting on dealer lots for 216 days, with 1,664 examples unsold, largely because smart buyers have figured out what Land Rover doesn't want you to know about long-term ownership costs. The key issue is that this supposedly luxury SUV has been virtually unchanged since 2017, with only minor cosmetic updates in 2021, making it essentially a 7-year-old design that dealers are still trying to sell as new and modern. What this means for owners is that you're paying current luxury prices for outdated technology and engineering that can't compete with newer competitors. One major problem is that despite Land Rover's reputation for off-road capability, the Discovery suffers from serious reliability concerns that make luxury car buyers extremely nervous about what they're getting into with long-term ownership. Compared to more reliable German or Japanese competitors, Land Rover's British engineering comes with astronomical repair costs and a dealer network that simply can't match the service quality you'll find elsewhere. Unlike American three-row SUVs that prioritize passenger comfort, the Discovery's third-row seating feels cramped and uncomfortable, while fuel economy remains poor for a modern vehicle that's supposed to compete with more efficient luxury alternatives. Internal dealer reports show growing frustration with warranty claims and parts availability that can leave owners waiting weeks for simple repairs. Manufacturers try to hide the reality that Land Rover's questionable long-term reliability means you're essentially gambling thousands of dollars on expensive repairs that will inevitably come as these complex vehicles age. The reality is that you're buying a beautiful way to turn your hard-earned money into endless maintenance bills and constant frustration with a vehicle that looks great but costs a fortune to keep running. Nissan Murano. The all-new 2025 Nissan Murano is already costing dealers millions in lost profits, with a jaw-dropping 20,000 units sitting unsold despite being completely redesigned from the ground up. This supposedly fresh start is bleeding money with 234 days of market supply and only 3,957 units sold in the last 45 days, proving that even total redesigns can't save a damaged brand. The key issue is that this complete redesign should have generated massive excitement and sales momentum, but instead it highlights everything that's wrong with Nissan's current strategy and reputation in the marketplace. What this means for owners is that you're buying into a brand that buyers have essentially given up on, regardless of how much money Nissan spends trying to fix their image problems. One major problem is that Nissan's reputation for CVT transmission failures continues to haunt every new model they release, making smart buyers extremely hesitant, despite whatever improvements the company claims to have made. Compared to more reliable Japanese competitors like Honda and Toyota, Nissan vehicles are seen as risky investments that could leave you stuck with expensive repairs and poor resale values. Unlike established brands that can rely on customer loyalty, Nissan's dealer incentives are getting absolutely desperate as the company fights for market share against competitors who have maintained their reputations for quality and reliability. Internal dealer reports show growing frustration with inventory that won't move despite aggressive pricing and promotional offers. Manufacturers are trying to hide the reality that the Murano's polarizing styling and pricing strategy puts it uncomfortably close to more prestigious brands that offer better long-term value and reliability. The reality is that even a complete redesign can't fix a brand that buyers have already decided to avoid, leaving you stuck with a vehicle that represents someone else's failed attempt at redemption. Ford Mustang Mach-E. The Ford Mustang Mach-E is costing owners thousands of dollars in depreciation while putting their safety at risk, with a massive recall affecting over 317,000 vehicles globally due to electronic door latch issues that could literally trap occupants inside their own cars. Sales crashed 19.5% to just 10,178 units in second quarter 2025, making it one of the slowest selling electric vehicles despite Ford throwing aggressive incentives at desperate buyers. The key issue is that this flagship electric SUV was supposed to challenge Tesla and establish Ford as a serious electric vehicle manufacturer, but instead it became a cautionary tale about rushing unfinished products to market without proper testing. What this means for owners is that you're stuck with a vehicle that peaked at 404 days of market supply, officially becoming the slowest selling electric vehicle in America at one point. One major problem is that quality control issues and the controversial decision to use the Sacred Mustang nameplate on an electric SUV completely alienated traditional Ford customers while failing to attract enough new electric vehicle buyers to make up the difference. Compared to more reliable electric competitors, the Mach-E feels like an experiment that buyers are paying to participate in rather than a finished product. Unlike domestic competitors, this vehicle is built in Mexico with only 13% United States content, which means it faces higher tariffs that directly increase costs for American buyers. Internal dealer reports show growing frustration with warranty claims and software glitches that continue to plague owners months after purchase. Manufacturers are trying to hide the reality that Ford had to resort to extreme discounts and desperate marketing just to move inventory that was collecting dust on dealer lots. The reality is that you're buying something that's not a real Mustang and barely qualifies as a competent electric vehicle, leaving you disappointed on multiple levels. Mitsubishi Outlander. The Mitsubishi Outlander is costing buyers thousands of dollars in lost resale value, with depreciation rates that are among the worst in the entire industry and trade-in values that will shock you when it's time to get rid of this forgotten SUV. This budget three-row vehicle shares its basic platform with the Nissan Rogue, but somehow manages to be significantly less appealing, despite offering standard three-row seating that most compact SUVs don't provide. The key issue is that with only 181 horsepower from its 2.5-liter engine paired with a continuously variable transmission, acceleration times are painfully slow and highway performance feels completely unresponsive when you need to merge or pass other vehicles. What this means for owners is that you're stuck with underpowered performance that makes daily driving frustrating and potentially dangerous in traffic situations. One major problem is that while Mitsubishi offers an excellent 10-year warranty that sounds impressive on paper, the brand's tiny dealer network makes getting service extremely inconvenient, often requiring long drives to find qualified technicians who can work on your vehicle. Compared to more established brands with widespread dealer networks, Mitsubishi ownership becomes a hassle that most people don't anticipate when making their purchase decision. Unlike practical three-row SUVs from mainstream manufacturers, the Outlander's third-row seats are suitable only for small children and severely limit cargo space, making this supposedly useful feature more of a marketing gimmick than a practical benefit for real families. Internal dealer reports show that most buyers never actually use the third row after the initial novelty wears off. Manufacturers try to hide the reality that being built in Japan means this vehicle potentially faces steep tariffs that could make pricing completely uncompetitive compared to domestic alternatives. The reality is that you're getting great warranty coverage for a vehicle that you'll desperately want to get rid of long before you ever need to use that warranty protection. GMC Terrain. The GMC Terrain is costing buyers thousands of extra dollars for virtually the same vehicle they could get as a Chevrolet Equinox, making it one of the worst value propositions in the entire automotive market today. This compact SUV sits on dealer lots for an average of 102 days, making it the third General Motors vehicle on our slowest selling list, and proving that even GMC's supposedly premium badge can't save a fundamentally flawed product strategy. The key issue is that a completely redesigned 2025 model is expected soon, which means current inventory represents outdated technology and styling that dealers are desperately trying to clear before the new version arrives. What this means for owners is that you're buying a vehicle that will be instantly obsolete and worth significantly less money the moment the updated model hits showrooms. One major problem is that the Terrain occupies an extremely awkward position in GMC's lineup, lacking the badge recognition and prestige of bigger brothers like the Yukon and Acadia, while competing in the most brutally competitive segment in the automotive market compared to the virtually identical Chevrolet Equinox. Most smart buyers simply can't justify paying GMC's premium when both vehicles share the exact same underwhelming powertrain and disappointing interior quality. Unlike truly premium brands that offer meaningful upgrades for their higher prices, GMC's positioning as a premium brand completely falls apart when buyers realize they're paying thousands of extra dollars for minor cosmetic differences and slightly different grille designs. Internal dealer reports show growing frustration with customers who discover the GMC and Chevrolet versions are essentially identical vehicles with different badges. Manufacturers try to hide the reality that the compact SUV segment offers dozens of better alternatives that provide more value, better reliability, and stronger resale values. The reality is that you're paying GMC prices for Chevrolet engineering with Buick-level excitement, leaving you stuck with an overpriced vehicle that satisfies nobody. Buick Encore GX. The Buick Encore GX is costing buyers money by choosing a brand that's practically invisible in the marketplace, with resale values that suffer because most people under retirement age have completely forgotten that Buick even still exists. This subcompact SUV takes an average of 120 days to sell, and presumably Buick is hoping their latest redesign will somehow encourage more buyers to remember the brand is still making vehicles. The key issue is that Buick's ongoing identity crisis continues as the brand desperately struggles to attract anyone under retirement age, despite multiple attempts to modernize their image with crossovers like the Encore GX that younger buyers simply ignore. What this means for owners is that you're buying into a brand with an uncertain future and virtually no recognition among the demographics that drive automotive sales. One major problem is that the subcompact SUV segment is absolutely crowded with significantly better options from Honda, Toyota, and Hyundai that offer superior reliability, better resale value, and stronger brand recognition that will help you when it's time to sell or trade. Compared to these established and trusted competitors, choosing Buick feels like betting on a losing horse in a race that's already over. Unlike brands with widespread appeal and extensive dealer networks, Buick's limited dealer presence and completely unclear brand positioning make it an extremely risky choice for younger buyers who might need convenient service or want to trade up to different vehicles later. Internal dealer reports show that the Encore GX is about as common on roads as any other Buick vehicle, which means it's practically invisible to most drivers. Manufacturers are trying to hide the reality that General Motors' intense focus on electric vehicles strongly suggests that traditional Buick models may not receive long-term support and development. The The reality is that you're buying a perfectly adequate SUV from a brand that's perfectly forgettable, leaving you stuck with a vehicle nobody notices or remembers. Infiniti QX80. The Infiniti QX80 is costing buyers tens of thousands of dollars in lost resale value because most people have no idea what Infiniti even is, making it one of the worst investments you can make in the luxury SUV segment. Infiniti ranks among the slowest-selling luxury brands, with models struggling across their entire lineup, and luxury SUVs from Infiniti faced particularly soft demand in 2025 despite desperate marketing efforts. The key issue is that despite being completely redesigned for 2025 and earning a top Safety Pick Plus rating from safety experts, the QX80 remains an extremely hard sell in the brutally competitive full-size luxury SUV segment where buyers have many better options. What this means for owners is that you're buying a vehicle that will be difficult to sell later because most people simply don't consider Infiniti a legitimate luxury brand. One major problem is that Infiniti's brand perception lags dramatically behind Lexus, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, making the QX80 a questionable choice for status-conscious luxury buyers who want their neighbors to recognize what they're driving. Compared to established luxury competitors, Infiniti feels like a pretender brand that's trying too hard to compete with manufacturers that have earned their premium reputations over decades. Unlike brands with strong dealer networks and secure futures, Infiniti's limited dealer presence and uncertain future under Nissan's ongoing financial struggles create serious long-term ownership concerns that smart buyers can't ignore. Internal dealer reports show that while the QX80 offers competitive features and luxury appointments, buyers consistently question whether they're making a smart investment in a brand that might not exist in its current form much longer. Manufacturers try to hide the reality that resale values for Infiniti vehicles have been consistently weak compared to German and Lexus alternatives. The reality is that you're buying a luxury SUV that forces you to constantly explain what Infiniti is to confused neighbors and friends.